Man. So it's looking like some of the lies Stephen A. Smith has been spewing out has finally caught up to him, guys. Remember, I did this video a year ago. As you guys can see, the title of the video said proof that Stephen A. Smith lied on LeBron James about attending Kobe Bryant's memorial. I did that video a year ago, and I was like the only one that had pointed this out. Everybody else was doing videos saying that, oh, Stephen A. Smith just exposed LeBron James didn't attend Kobe Bryant's memorial. That's the wave everybody went on because, everybody is on this like hate train towards LeBron, right? So I was the only one to call out Stephen A. Smith like that. I put out the video. It didn't really do that good, which I didn't expect it to because, people really don't like videos like that. But I put that video out and everybody in the comment section was pretty much calling me out, calling me a liar, saying I didn't have any proof, even though I had showed the proof from the Washington Post. You can see right here, the Los Angeles Times reported that LeBron James was in attendance in the audience. And as we can see right here in the article, it says, among the Lakers related faces in the audience, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Shaquille O'Neal, Phil Jackson, Jerry West, Rick Fox, and LeBron James. So I would like to highlight a video of Diana Taurasi, a WNBA player. She gave a speech at Kobe Bryant's memorial, and she had made this little jab at LeBron James in her speech. But you can see when she had made her jab at LeBron James, she had looked over at somebody in the audience. So I would like to highlight that clip for you guys in today's video, and then I'll come back with some more commentary to wrap the video up. Let's check out this clip right here.
She inherited. Her skill was undeniable at an early age. I mean, who has a turn-away fadeaway jumper at 11? LeBron barely got it today.
So let's highlight what Stephen A. Smith said on his podcast a year ago. And if you can, guys, hit that thumbs up button. That really does help support my YouTube channel. I really do appreciate that. Let's check out this clip right here.
Why do you think I was so upset when LeBron James wasn't at Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction ceremony? I still can't believe that wasn't a big enough story. It's supposed to be your brother. Now I understand. Bronny James, just a few months ago, had the heart ailment, collapsed at USC, rushed to the hospital. Thank God he's okay. And I understand LeBron James spending time with family. But from my understanding, he traveled over the summer. And I'm not LeBron James, and I don't get to take private jets that often, but occasionally I do. And I happen to know that you could have had time to fly in for the Hall of Fame induction of your brother. I promise you this, and it's a prognostication, it's a prediction, but I can't say definitively. But I'm almost willing to say, let me promise you that when LeBron James' day comes and he's inducted into the Hall of Fame, I promise you D-Wade will be there. You can bet the house. There's a lot that we don't talk about with LeBron James. Remember when the memorial service took place for Kobe Bryant? I'm quite sure he had his reasons. LeBron was devastated, loved Kobe. We get that. I can't believe I didn't see him there. Magic was there, Jordan was there, Shaq was there, Steph Curry was there, D-Wade was there. The NBA community was in attendance. We didn't see LeBron James. Two of the most conspicuous, biggest moments, albeit for completely different, and in Kobe's case, absolutely tragic reasons. We didn't see the face of LeBron James, the face of the league, one of the preeminent faces in the world of sports. And every time we turn around and we ask these questions, it's like throwing shade. It's not throwing shade. It's recognizing his greatness, his significance, his impact, and wondering why.
What Stephen A. Smith said on his podcast a year ago. And then he did the same thing on ESPN First Take. Like, he legit read the same script that he did on his podcast. He took it to ESPN First Take. And this is where he had messed up, because now all eyes and ears are on him right now, especially when it comes to the subject of LeBron James. So let's listen to what Stephen A. Smith said on ESPN First Take that had to make him come out and give LeBron a public apology on his social media platforms. Let's check out what Stephen A. Smith said live on ESPN First Take. Here's that clip right here.
That he'd be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business, okay? But the fact is, you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are, and he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things. But LeBron.
So that's Stephen A. Smith. He even lied twice because he said, oh, I didn't get into the fact that you didn't attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame ceremony and, oh, the fact that you didn't attend Kobe Bryant's memorial, which in fact he did talk about those things a year ago. Like I said, it's like he legit copy and pasted his same script, took it to First Take on TV today because he didn't have nothing else to talk about, and it caught up to him, and this is what he had to say on his public platforms, issuing out an apology. Let's check out what Stephen A. Smith said. So this is the tweet Stephen A. Smith put out right here. He said, my apologies and clarification. I misspoke in hour 1 of First Take today when I intimated that LeBron did not attend Kobe Bryant's memorial. I corrected myself in hour 2 when I acknowledged he was indeed in attendance. My mistake. Should not have even broached that subject. It was not my main point. I retract. Nothing else that I said. Have a nice day. And I want to show you guys what he said in hour 2 of ESPN First Take when he had to retract what he said. Let's check out that clip right here.
To the Olympics. I remember people were blowing up my phone since the first segment of the show when I talked about him at the memorial service, okay? I didn't mean to say he wasn't in the building. I was told he was in the building. You understand? But we saw a whole bunch of players out there. We didn't see him. Why? I'll let him answer that one day if he so chooses. In the end, what it comes.
So instead of him manning up and just apologizing for lying for a year straight because he just told the same lie twice and then he lied saying that, oh, he hasn't talked about those things, which he did talk about it, right? But he did talk about it, got away with it, but now it bit him in the, because now the people are now listening and watching this guy for who he is, and he had to come out and apologize, right? And then he tried to move the goalpost again. Well, everybody else was on camera, and we seeing this person, we seeing that person. How come we didn't see you? And that proves LeBron James' point. That's the reason why you didn't see him, because at the end of the day, you still making Kobe Bryant's memorial about LeBron James. At first, he wasn't in attendance. You told that lie for a year straight. You had Kobe Bryant fans coming at LeBron James. Everybody making all of these narratives about what Stephen A. Smith put out. He put that out there. Nobody else was doing that. He came out of nowhere with that when he was talking about LeBron James didn't attend Dwayne Wade's ceremony. This dude is just a disgusting journalist, whatever you want to call this guy. I can't even say he's a journalist. I feel like that's disrespecting real journalists. At this point, if you want to call Stephen A. Smith that, he's just an on-air personality, and that's it. And you can't take this dude word for nothing. This is the reason why Lonzo Ball called him out when he tried to say, oh, my sources said that Lonzo Ball is having a hard time sitting up and standing. He can barely walk. He over-exaggerated that. Lonzo Ball came out and was like, yo, I'm fine. And then he had made that video showing that he can, in fact, stand up, sit down, jump, and all that. And then Stephen A. Smith went on his platform instead of apologizing. Remember what he did? He was like, don't make me get your doctor records and I'll expose all of that.
Someday y'all are going to learn. That's applicable to trolls. It's applicable to colleagues and contemporaries. It's applicable to players, coaches, general managers, and other executives, even owners. Look, you got to come at me. You got to be ready. Because at any given moment, even though I don't always choose to do so, I love the power that I have to reach out and touch somebody anytime I want to. I want to be clear about that. And I want to be clear about the fact that he had every right to come at me the way that he did. It's just that you got to be careful sometimes, bro. Sit your ass down. Come on, bro. You don't exactly have a strong case to argue with me on this. Do you want me to give the names of your doctors and the surgeries that you have had? I'm not going to do that. In your career, you've missed around 46 to 48% of your games. Now, if I couldn't go off camera, if I didn't want to go off camera because of the lighting in my studio here, do y'all know I can get up and sit down, get up and sit down, and get up and sit down all night long? Does that mean that I can run the hell up and down the damn court 94 feet for 30 to 35 minutes a night? Sitting poolside on a bench, getting up on one knee, you think that shows that you're healthy? You gonna call me yapping when I have all of this information in front of me? Would you like me to tell where you had surgery and exactly what date you had surgery on? Would you like me to get the names of the doctors? I do have them. I know the actual doctors that operated on you. The actual locations. Of course, I wouldn't do something like that to you, bro. I would never do something like that. That's none of my business. That's none of anybody's business. I'm just making the point. Come on, bro. And you gonna sit poolside and ask why I'm yapping and who are my sources just because you getting bouncing up and down on one knee? Really? Really?
Like, this dude got a problem, man. And I can't believe that the hatred that people have for LeBron James, that they'll come out and defend Stephen A. Smith just because they hate LeBron James. That is wild to me, man. Y'all get in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Hit that like button if you made this far in the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.